Hello there. Time once again has come for Latest Finds, episode 15. The informal show where since 2018 I've been, well, not even a show. It's been the thing where I've been looking at different records that I got in bulk from different, hauls that, as they're called in the wild, just hauls of different records. And earlier today, I went back to Bananas Records for the first time since August, and I was met there with the owner of the station, well, of this, the owner of the channel, the Shellac station, Colton, as well as Tyler Baldwin from the channel the same name, and we met there and we had a hell of a lot of fun from opening to clothing. We stayed the whole 5 hours or so, a little bit afterwards too, having a whole bunch of fun there. And since it was Colton's first time being there, what happened was is things were definitely helped by him being there, and he had a blast too. First time that me and Tyler had been there together for 3 years as well. Speaking of which, one of the first things that he ended up pulling out whenever we got there, and even talking to the owner all, before we even got back to where all the fun stuff is and everything, he was able to literally just pull this out. One of the first things there, and I said immediately, like he asked me, would you be interested in this? And he showed me, I was like, you just pulled this out of nowhere. And that he did. Like, I said, yeah, this is going to be the first one I'm going to buy. Got it for $5, I think. This is a very wonderful one by Osborne, along with I Surrender Dear. $5. I got it there. And then one of the next things, going into a different section, literally the first thing within the first few things that Colton ended up finding was this Atomic here. He didn't really want it, but this is Atomic Cocktail. Somehow there's two copies of this. Someone has found back there. Roland BB360, that channel, or I think 260. Whenever they were there back in 2020, they ended up finding one there. Tyler had also found an Atomic there of I can't remember which, but and then my first time ever going to Bananas, I found something by Slim Gaylord on the Atomic label that you can find across my channel. I think it's Dry 6 Cents, DREI 6 cents. It's, this is like, I don't know if it's even bebop. It's something that Slim made himself. It was something very unique, this sort of sound. And Atomic Cocktail, this is one that I've been wanting to get. One of the Atomic Platters I've always wanted. One of the first, made back in 1947. Nowhere near the first, but yeah. Yeah, so I believe it's 47, maybe 46. I can't remember specifically, but it's been a long time. But yeah, these Atomics, they are naturally very thick records compared to much else, and they're West Coast too. I was flipping through the crates over here for like the first time in a while, and I ran across mine. And it's like, this feels a lot thicker than I'm used to. But yeah, this I'll definitely put up on the channel here sometime soon. As well as that Osborne one. That Osborne one you can listen to right now. Roybell 1930. That channel has two transfers. Well, transfers to both sides. This next one here, as we started getting into things, we ended up actually having to lay down in a line, supposed to be, because it's so cramped back there. They were kneeling because there's like less than like the Caliphone's length of room back there, just with all the records and milk crates and everything for walking. So they had to kneel down. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna lay down. And so I laid on the floor and just would be past records as we all talked and everything about stuff, and they would pass records to me, and and I would have to pass it to them, and so on and so forth. Very awkward, but very fun at the same time. It's novel, and the Slack station ended up recommending me this one by Henry Bussey. There's plenty of money in you on a deck of Sunburst with All's Fair and Love and War. I've heard both sides before. They're pretty good. And now the next of these are in no particular order, really. The Calendar by the Manhattan Dance Makers, so that's probably Selvins Orchestra. And then this is Frank Farrell and the Greenwich Village Inn, who is a real person. Varsity Drag. This is 1927, I believe. Actually, that's whenever the Varsity Drag came out. I believe. Then Cuckoo Blues by Tiny Parham and his orchestra. There's someone we used to know back in the community that was into Tiny Parham, and I decided, why not give it a shot? And I got it. And this one I got for free because it's so warm, but this is another one that someone handed to me, but it's good. Walking My Baby Back Home by the Golden Gate Orchard, and It Must Be True by the Golden Gate Orchard. Yep, same on both sides. But it's good stuff there. Does anyone actually know what this whole thing is? This is like, I want to say, like painted on glue or something here. I've seen this texture on some other records over the years. But it's like, I don't know what to call it, but it shines and it's like a little layer thick. It feels almost like glue. But I don't know why someone would do that and then not glue something on. Found this in a crate here. And I'd seen Casablanca recently, and I've wanted the Jacques Renard original Brunswick of this. So, I'm not going to pass this Petrillo Band history piece up either. Since it's essentially the same thing, but a re-release here. Camera quality is making it look a lot more like a Columbia, Ukrainian, or Polish, or whatever foreign stuff from the 20s, but this is a lot greener than that. It's more like emerald green. Let's see. I got Pine Top Blues, Pine Top Smith, and I believe the flip side is I pay to pay for that. So, Pine Top's Boogie Woogie, good one from 1928. Essentially created, Boogie Woogie, the song that Tommy Dorsey ended up doing twice. Once in the 30s and once in the 50s near his death. And I got this Fats Waller one that's great on Electrola of all things, so re-release here. I've seen this on HMV before. Greg of the GRC of the Gregula Records Club has this one, or had it, and then until he sold it. But I'm not going to blame his choices. So. The Wheel, the Wagon is Broken by Johnny Johnson. I've been having somewhat of a Johnny Johnson collection form. And Goody Goody, Al Jennings is always good. Let's see here. Oh, and so that's about it for all the ones that I actually got. Now this one here, Russ Colombo, Prisoner of Love. This is one that I actually traded that Tyler... I actually traded a Cliff Edwards Perfect Brown Wax to him in exchange for this, and that was the only one that we actually decided to trade. But in exchange, I got this one, this good one by Russ Colombo here. And speaking of perfect, well, everything after this has been things where it's just. Where Tyler just is like downgrading his collection, so he wanted to just like pick through a couple crates in his car and everything, and there's more like boxes of just tons of 78s there, and I picked out what I wanted, he picked out whatever, Colton picked out what he wanted. I found this. I've never seen one of these actual perfect sleeves down here from like the later 30s, and this one is especially it's purplish blue there, and the ones that I've seen online are either black or solid blue in color, and this is in fairly good condition too, and actually has a flip side to it as well, instead of some of them are blank on the other side. But yeah, I'll probably post pictures of this somewhere as well in case someone wants to see it. Let me know. A far cry from their Pathé days. This one. And everything else from here, aside from one, has no loose sleeves. I haven't listened to all of these, but even though some of these are worn, they still are quite good. So, yeah. So I was, setting it on my calophone. So, Old Man River by Glenn Gray and the orchestra and the Castelloma. I Got Rhythm. So that's probably 1930 there. This next one here is Earl Gresh. Yeah, he essentially assured me that I would have an Earl Gresh there, because since I'm a fan of his stuff, and he played at the Gangplank, just like that video that I put up just a few days ago of me exploring outside the Gangplank ruins there. Queer Street because of the meme, honestly, but also it's been about time that I probably should get into Count Basie. If anyone's ever heard the song Money Means Honey by him, that's a really good one. Then Miss Hannah by McKenny's Cotton Pickers, my first of McKenny's Cotton Pickers I've ever had. And it's a good one, too. And then the flip side is I'm a Ding Dong Daddy by, again, Johnny Johnson. It's weird how the label changes size, as well as probably gonna be the first true HMV I've ever had. There's a couple of these records that he didn't want anymore, that we traded a long time ago, such as Sally here, and Sally and All Alone on the Phone by Adam Jones and Billy Murray. And even though Billy Murray fan, Adam Jones fan, or whatever the hell she's at these days, goes on there and comments a lot, it's true. My descriptions weren't that great back then. I should probably change those. That's probably the only reasonable thing she's ever said in the entire time I've ever known her for. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. She's just herself. And Auld Lang Syne, I got that one back on Decca. St. Louis Blues, this is a very underrated side by them of the standard. I really recommend that everyone hear this one. I already have it up on my channel, but maybe at some point I'll re-put it up again, so it's been 4 or 5 years or so. Don Redman here doing the new Lowdown and Shuffle Your Feet, Bandana Babies. Yeah, this is gotta be my absolute favorite. Doing the new Lowdown. This has gotta be one of my favorite hot jazz Don Redmans, aside from It's All Your Fault, which is another great one he did about the same time as that. So really, really amazingly good hot jazz. Amazing arrangement there. Hors d'oeuvres, as I used to pronounce it, until I learned that was hors d'oeuvres by Ambrose and his orchestra. Learned that years ago. Not today. Streamline Strut. This was a hit back in 35, I believe. Been a while since I heard it, though. Got this one here by first actual Viva Tonal Race series, aside from one other that I have that I'm going to put up that's much better quality. I can't even remember who it's by right now. I think Essel Smith, or I cannot remember. But You've Got to Give Me Some, and I'm wild about that thing. Some really good suggestive stuff. I'd been wanting a triangle for a long time, so I'm glad I was able to get this. This here. Copenhagen here. So now this is the second Copenhagen that I have. The other one I posted a little while back. This could be anyone. Golden Gate Orchestra, one of them pseudonyms that everyone used at some point or another. And A Misbehavin' by Irving Mills and its Hotsy Totsy Gang. The flip side too, both pretty hot stuff. And now Milton Brown with Who's Sorry Now, and being now the third record I have of Copenhagen. Another Velvet Tone here, which is Happy Day They're Here Again with Sid Gary. That's gotta be either Paul Small or wouldn't be Kaufman. probably maybe Smith Balloon. And over here, the random, I have not even really thought about this much, but the Random Blues Country, the Hillbillies, well, yeah, it doesn't get more country than that. East Tennessee Blues. And lastly, I got these two of the original Dixieland Jazz Band, which is the first time I've really even had them in my collection before. Same with Dangerous Blues. That is it. So yeah, it is. I've not counted specifically, but y'all can count if you want to. But there's enough here to cleanly separate both stacks and everything. And that. Oh, that's a needle. I'm gonna need that for my along all these cat hairs and whatnot. Well, I definitely need that still. But yeah, that's about it. So, hope you guys enjoyed to some extent. And if you guys want to hear anything first, let me know. And that's about it. Yeah.